Hello, my name is Carsten Lütjens. I'm a product specialist at WEINMANN Emergency here in Hamburg. Today I would like to present to you our emergency and transport ventilator MEDUMAT Easy CPR mounted on its carrying system LifeBase 3. MEDUMAT Easy CPR is an automated oxygen ventilator with a supplemental inhalation function. With MEDUMAT Easy CPR you can do the following: administer controlled ventilation to patients weighing 10 kg and more, trigger a single ventilator breath during cardiopulmonary resuscitation (CPR), and deliver breath-managed oxygen inhalation with 100% oxygen in demand flow mode. LifeBase 3 accommodates and safely transports an oxygen cylinder containing 400 liters of oxygen. LifeBase 3 can be opened with a zipper for access to all necessary components. The major components of the portable system LifeBase 3 are the ventilator MEDUMAT Easy CPR with patient hose system, ventilation mask, and MEDU trigger. The 2-liter oxygen cylinder. The pressure reducer OxyWay Fast 2 with T-shaped distributor and oxygen quick coupling type Walter to connect to an external gas supply. The pressure hose between the pressure reducer OxyWay Fast 2 and the ventilator MEDUMAT Easy CPR. The device is switched on and off with the on-off key. To set the ventilator parameters, turn the regulator knob with the markings to the required position. The color coding shows you whether the settings on the knob are suitable for your patient. Brown, adult patient group. Orange, child patient group. Yellow, infant patient group. The switch for mask tube ventilation regulates the maximum ventilation pressure for the selected setting. The maximum ventilation pressure is 20 millibar for mask ventilation and 45 millibar for tube ventilation. The green LED lamp tells you which mode is currently in use. You can read the current ventilation pressure from the LED ventilation pressure gauge. The alarm indicator is divided into separate alarm areas. Stenosis, flashing red LED, alarm signal and audio response tell you if the previously set ventilation pressure has been exceeded. Disconnection, flashing red LED, alarm signal and audio response tell you when MEDUMAT Easy CPR disconnects from patient. Oxygen supply pressure below 2.7 bar. Flashing red LED, alarm signal and audio response indicate that there is insufficient pressure at the device inlet. Battery, flashing red LED signals insufficient battery charge. You can switch off the acoustic alarm by pressing briefly the alarm mute key. Press the CPR key to end the automatic ventilation and to continue manual ventilation with MEDU trigger. The green LED shows you that you are working in CPR mode. This is where the pressure hose is attached. MEDUMAT Easy CPR is equipped with a 3.6 volt main battery. This battery is replaced every 2 years as a part of preventative maintenance. If, however, the battery has to be replaced earlier, then use only a battery that comes from WEINMANN Emergency. The loudspeaker emits audio responses and alarm signals. Attach the MEDU trigger plug here. To remove, pull the plug downwards. Make sure you do not turn the plug while removing it because you could damage the socket. Slide the pressure gauge tube onto its connection, then connect the ventilation hose. To release Live Base 3 from the wall mounting base station, grasp the handle firmly with one hand and pull the release lever upwards. Tip the portable system slightly toward the front and remove the system. When you put the Live Base 3 back in the base station, make sure it is properly locked. That means that the red knob on the locking mechanism should not extend beyond the housing. You can use MEDUMAT Easy CPR in demand flow mode to administer 100% oxygen to a patient who is spontaneously breathing. Switch on the device and turn the regulator knob clockwise until it passes the point of resistance and the green LED lights up. Hold the mask over the patient's nose and mouth and tell the patient to continue breathing calmly and evenly. If you switch on MEDUMAT Easy CPR, it always starts in mask ventilation mode using your pre-selected ventilation frequency and tidal volume. If you need to perform a cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, you should run MEDUMAT Easy CPR in its CPR mode. To activate CPR mode, simply press the button CPR and attach a ventilation mask to the patient hose. Now you're ready to perform manual ventilation by using an automatic ventilator.
Manually.
If you have intubated the patient, the guidelines on resuscitation recommend uninterrupted chest compressions, accompanied at the same time by continuous ventilation with a fixed frequency. In this case, please deactivate the manual ventilation by pushing the CPR button and changing the mask tube selector over to tube ventilation. The green LED next to the laryngoscope symbol shows the correct switch over. You can keep clean the MEDUMAT Easy CPR, portable system live base 3, oxygen cylinder, MEDU trigger and pressure reducer by wiping them with a disinfectant. The protective bag may be cleaned in the washing machine at 30 degrees Celsius maximum as needed. Remove visible dirt from the patient hose system with a brush and immerse it in a disinfectant solution. Observe the soaking time. Important: after the disinfecting procedure, rinse all parts with clear, cold water and let them air dry. If you see parts that are defective or damaged, replace them. Before each use, after each dismantling and reassembly, and at the very least every 6 months, the user must carry out a functional check on the ventilator. Make the functional check as specified in the instructions for use. If the device does not pass the functional check, repeat it several times. If the device still does not pass, have the device tested by a service technician authorized by WEINMANN Emergency.